It's not your money. It's not your game. It's not that you don't have social status. It's not that you're not a Instagram or TikTok superstar. It is because you have a dad bod. Straight up, simple. It's so simple that it's unbelievable. And quite frankly, most guys think that way. Most guys are like, that's so stupid. That is dumb as hell that you're saying that it's just because I'm out of shape or I have a dad bod that I don't get the results that I want from relationship, from women or life in general. And I'm here to tell you, it basically is that simple. It really is that simple. There's nothing to it. There's nothing fancy schmancy. There's no kind of secret potion or formula or secret algorithmic formula on Instagram that's going to fix it, right? Because men that are in shape know this. They know how drastically their life changed. And dudes with dad bods often get disrespected and ignored, and they don't start noticing it till they start getting in shape. Overweight people, they don't start noticing how different shit is until they start getting in shape. If you don't believe me, there's hundreds upon hundreds of videos of it. If you don't believe what the hell my Arab ass is saying, go on YouTube and just type in how people treated me after I lost weight. You'll see countless videos of people saying how they started getting treated better and how things started going a little easier for them when they lost weight. And to be honest, I've heard a saying before when I was younger, and it went something like, what's worse than hate is indifference. Meaning, what's worse than being hated is people not even knowing you exist or being indifferent to you. And a lot of people with dad bods, a lot of people that are mad out of shape, they feel like they're overlooked a lot of the times, right? They feel like they don't even get noticed. You know, if they're in a room, if whether in a crowded room of people or something like that, people don't even notice them. People don't even look the other way or anything of that nature. And they're always asking themselves, damn, why am I having trouble? Why am I having such difficulty with my love life and my relationships and all of that stuff? And the worst part about it is some of them will listen. Some of them will listen to people telling them, hey, look, you should drop 60 pounds. You should drop 100 pounds. You should drop 50, 40 pounds. And things are going to get a lot better, especially for men. And let me tell you why dad bods are especially almost a death sentence for men. Because men are looked at as physical beings, right? Whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or not, you know, you could throw a hissy fit. You can go into a black pill rage and go to your favorite black pill video and complain about jawlines and shit like that. Men are looked at as physical beings. We are judged immensely on our physical prowess, on what we can get done, on things we can produce. And all of that stems from physicality. Why in the hell do you think sports is a multi-billion, I would venture to say, look, don't quote me on this, but almost $1 trillion business, if not already, right? And I don't even feel like it's out of the realm that it's close. If not already there, pretty close to $1 trillion business. You know, soccer, obviously, or football for my foreigners out there. You know, most popular sport on earth. People fucking throw riots at football or soccer games, okay? They throw riots. They run through the streets in a frenzy after their home team wins. Why? Because they celebrate these men of physical prowess. They celebrate these men of physical nature. This is how it is in America. Football, that's all you ever hear being talked about. Football, yeah, man, my Cowboys and my Eagles and all that shit. Why is that? Why is that the main topic of almost every conversation in the barbershop, in the gym, even, right, at the workplace? Because men of physical prowess are celebrated. They are exalted. okay? And I'm being humble here. I'm not trying to be prideful. God forgive me. You know, it's not a pride thing. It's just a truth thing. And as hell, since we're on religion, uh, you know, God even said gluttony is a sin. You feel me? So a lot of guys don't see these things and they just think it's other things when it's really their body. Their body is the reason why when they walk into a room full of girls, all of them are hoping that he doesn't talk to them, right? But if you tell him that, he's not going to believe them. He's just going to be like, oh, it must be my money and all these hoes want money. See, a lot of these guys revert to the whole, it's because I don't have money thing. Dudes that are in shape, that don't have a dollar to their name, are out here smashing baddies, okay? I used to work in a restaurant, used to be in shape, didn't have, I drove a busted down 06 Impala with two missing hubcaps in the back, swear to God, and I was still getting play. Why? Because I kept my physique in shape. Now, being broke ain't cool either, right? That's not cool either. I'm not telling you guys to be broke, but I'm saying it's not a money issue. It is a physique issue. When people are, when a guy has a dad bod, he's gonna notice a lot of people just don't take him seriously. You know, he's gonna notice a lot of people will freely make jokes about him. Will make jokes and not even consider that was some hurtful shit that they just said, right? They'll be like, oh man, my boy Big Steve over here, he can out eat you at any time, or he can out drink you anytime. You know, making little jokes and shit, and that stuff hurts. And that's like subtle disrespect. And people that have dad bods and that are out of shape will notice that they just cannot avoid it. They can't avoid certain micro disrespects and I was gonna say microaggressions, that too, maybe, right? They can't avoid little disrespectful acts and little things that people do because of their weight, because it is just natural for humans to feel that way about guys that are out of shape. And this is something that a lot of people have a hard time grappling with. They get pissed, they get irate. Hey, I was treated terribly when I was out of shape and these girls didn't want me. Well, let me ask you this. As terrible as that sounds, now that you're in shape, right? Or when these guys that had a dad bod, when they got in shape, did they want the 300-pound chick? Did they want the 250-pound chick? Hell no. They wanted a little petite chick that looked like an IG model. Let's just be real. Or they wanted a slim, thick chick. Got a whole bunch of booty, but she still has a nice shape to her. So is it really shallow, right? Is it really something that you need to get angry about? No, it's just something that is part of nature. And guys with dad bods, they'll actually start talking shit about you if you tell them this. And they're going to be like, that's so stupid, man. You don't need that. That's dumb as hell. But then they're going to see you performing well if you're a fit guy. And it really is not that hard. And a lot of guys are going to be like, that's not everything. That's not everything. It's not everything, but it is a large majority. It is a huge, huge chunk of what it is, especially when it comes to this thing we call social interactions and life. And being out of shape is going to get you overlooked. It's going to get you ignored, especially at jobs. We hear about this all the time. There were even studies showing that people that were in shape were more likely to get the job. Why is that? Because it signals trustworthiness. When a guy has a dad bod, there's no amount of Gucci he could put on. There's no amount of Louis Vuitton, no amount of cologne that he could put on to mask that fact. It's always going to be the main factor. But when these guys start getting into shape, they start seeing how different the world treats them. They start enjoying life. They start feeling better. People start smiling at them. When you get in shape, people just smile at you for no reason. You're just walking down the street, people crack a big ass smile and find, baddies too. Baddies too. Chicks that you wouldn't think are friendly and cool. They'll crack smiles at you. They'll start combos with you on the elevator. But when you have a dad bod, you're not going to know that. You're going to always be pissed off at females. You're going to always be mad and blame it that you don't have enough money. No, don't get mad at females because they're acting the same way you would if you were fit and you seen an overweight girl. You would act the same exact way. You would probably ignore her. You would probably pretend like she's not there. You would probably be thinking in your head, please don't talk to me. You know, and that's the same way. Is it harsh? Yes. But is it part of nature? Also, yes. And instead of trying to fight nature and getting pissed off, because a lot of people get, you know, on these videos that I was talking about, a lot of these people were getting like super emotional and almost damn near screaming at the camera. I'm like, don't get mad at people. They're just treating you how you treat yourself, right? People are treating you according to how you treated yourself. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.